exist. Participation is market driven. And I agree with that, actually. And yeah, of course, I mean, everything is corrupt now because things are incentivized and bought on the wrong side. We all agree.
Well, the tax structure. They're trying to change the laws. Got a couple conversations going. Yeah, Roundup. Yeah, you can't use it because the rate makes it not organic. It is really a crapshoot. I mean, a lot of this stuff has been used for years around the country before it was banned. In California, the one that's banned was used for years here. It's going to be in some of the soil. It's going to be picked up on the wind or something. It's going to show up hot occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
And we just need a better way that doesn't wipe out a company if they get one negative test and they can't retest because they know their stuff's good. They don't use any of that stuff that comes up on the test, or they claim they don't, and they want to get it retested. And then, as far as potency goes, it's like if everything on top, the stuff on top is more higher potency than the stuff on the bottom because it gets more sun outdoor.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
So if you mix it all in, if you test from the clippings on top, you're going to get a higher potency than the stuff on the bottom. If it's a mixed batch, you're going to get a test on whatever it is that you're testing. It might be from the top, it might be from the bottom. So if you do 3 tests, then at least you have a variance.
Right.
So, but they don't even want to pay for 1 test because it's expensive. But I tell you what, you want to get into something. Get into labs. They were saying that even some companies are like, we'll buy the equipment, you guys run it to test our stuff. Or we'll buy your equipment for you if you promise to test our stuff first and don't let it get into a bottleneck. And this guy says he doesn't do that. But there are people that have said, we'll buy the testing equipment if you'll just run it for us. So it's a challenge how they've got it set up out here, and I'm sure it's going to be the same way in all the states like Maine and Massachusetts. And
it's a fluid and evolving situation.
It's like when Prohibition went off of alcohol. I'm sure it's very similar type of growing pains that are going on.
There's going to be lots of things we can improve.
You've got a 20-year way of doing business in California, in the medical cannabis business, where there were no records essentially kept. You did it with your trusted collective. You found caregivers, that were willing to do it, willing to grow for you, to grow for people. You got your recommendation from a doctor so that you could go buy your weed if you really needed it, or you just wanted to buy your weed. You got headaches. It wasn't a perfect system, but there were taxes paid. Were they all paid correctly? They're not paid correctly now. It's all a cash business. Let's fix that. How about that? State of California passed that, I believe. They're going to be able to pay their taxes, state taxes anyway, electronically. A couple other bills passed that the Jer Bear hasn't signed yet, folks. He signed one cannabis bill and vetoed another, which he said was redundant. But I don't think the main ones that we were talking about last week, I've been checking. He hasn't signed them yet. So we'll see this next week. That compassionate care one being one of them that allows free weed for sick folk. So ISO 17025 requires the labs to take samples. I jumped in on it. I don't know if is that California cosmic lettuce. It's crazy. Wherever it is, whatever it is. It's crazy, but we're going to have some clean weed.
If you guys can, let them know that I have them live on my
All right, so that's what's
Much
going
love,
on
guys.
in California.
And hello.
The cannabis capital of the world. Apparently, that's why IGC decided to launch its drops of clarity here in California. So look for that.
Daily Dope Show is saying, of course, that overabundance of regulations is his number one criticism of legalization.
Yeah, it's really crazy. It's really ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's creating a bunch of industries around it, but it's really nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but meanwhile, let's get out of California.
On to the next.
Let's go to Colorado, where, of course, the other problem with legally recreational marijuana is there's nowhere you can smoke it.
Yeah, I was just in Colorado.
Yeah. How was that?
It was good, but there's nowhere you can smoke it.
I know you got
except
to read,
for people's
but
houses.
1 second, daughter.
So
luckily, I was at somebody's house who let me smoke weed.
And of course, cannabis tourism. Cannabis tourism is taking off. More and more places are becoming 420 friendly. Right. The one that we went to 2 years ago with the family, where we stayed, wasn't super friendly. I mean, you were allowed to use cannabis on their property, but only in like this one tiny little area, and it was, most of them, they frown on the smoking on the inside. Sometimes you can vape inside, but there are more and more that are like, well, we'll provide you your vaporizer, all that stuff, which is an interesting prospect. Might be, oh, Boo Boo really wants to be on camera. She must be hungry. Yeah. All right, but let's check out what looks like Colorado is going to get their second consumption lounge. Now they've got a vape lounge already. I believe it's the Coffee Joint, I think is what's as I recall. But it looks like the second one is coming up. So here's the news story on it, and then a little rundown of what it's all about. Sounds pretty cool.
Denver has awarded a marijuana social consumption business license to a gaming lounge called Vape in Play. It plans to open this fall, possibly in November, at 1753 South Broadway, which was formerly an auto parts store. Officials say it will feature a variety of events, from educational seminars, yoga, and corporate events to bachelor and bachelorette parties, musical acts, comedians, and cater events featuring local restaurants. Matt Uris covering Colorado First. Denver has.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
I'm Jason.
We want to tell you about our idea for the first legal government-sanctioned cannabis-friendly lounge in the United States, the Denver Vape and Play. In 2016, a really cool thing happened in Denver, Colorado. The voters of Denver passed Initiative 300, making it legal to open cannabis consumption lounges for the first time. Our goal is to create a space for people to consume their cannabis products, featuring our own custom-designed vape bar.
We all work in the marijuana industry, and we meet people every day that come and visit Denver that want to experience our cannabis culture.
They buy all kinds of marijuana products, but they quickly find out it's not legal to consume other than in your home, meaning tourists really have next to no legal option for consumption. Not to mention, the locals have no place to host cannabis-friendly events, such as bachelor parties, company events, adult birthday parties, or any other event worth bringing friends together over some weed. This will be the first modern, legal cannabis entertainment space in America. In some respects, the whole world.
We're in the cannabis industry. No kidding.
Awake and bake every day. I don't know if you'd call it that if it's medicine. It's just you take your medicine every morning. Of course they do. Yeah. Holy cannabis oil. Hello and welcome.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, the guy in the beard is heavily medicated. He's super happy. They both are.
Dude, let me tell you, those guys are well medicated.
Neem oil. Yeah, Siri, neem.
But, it's getting harder and harder to get... These guys have to create their own businesses that smoke, because you can't get a job in the cannabis industry anymore if you smoke. That's the big thing. A lot of these companies aren't hiring people that actually use cannabis.
That's
They don't
crazy.
want people that use cannabis.
That's ridiculous.
The joke's on you. The cops are starting all the businesses and making all the money, and they aren't hiring people who use cannabis.
No, why would they? Crazy.
The irony of it all.
Blaster Master says the guy in the left.
Hey, what is up, Glenn and
Smoke.
Marine?
Must only be
Much
in
love.
Jersey.
Hopefully
Oh,
all
really?
is well with
that's-
you guys.
okay, I'll buy
Let me
that
know
for
if you
$1.
can hear me.
Yeah.
I'll
Anyway.
buy that for $1.
All right, on to our next story.
Moving on. We're staying in Colorado, I think. Let's see what
There was
the
a
next
news
one is.
story about
no,
these
we're
guys.
moving on to...
Hello, Lady
Oh,
Aquarius. How are you?
We're moving on to Vegas.
If you guys can,
good.
please.
Where we are getting... Oh, that boo-boo is so...
Go ahead
Gosh, it's
and
burning the back of my head.
join DC420LA in chat. Link is right there.
Next to this awesome airizer balloon full of lamb's bread,
I think the cat's really hungry or something. Thought
which
you
I'm
fed her.
about to indulge in.
Vegan Metro, Anthony,
lighting.
there's some good stuff in Vegas this
Watch
week,
this.
so check it out. Whoa, Dave.
Take the schmutz off.
The schmutz.
Now I have light. Oh, yeah.
All right, play a video if you're going to just do that.
All right. Well, we're moving on to, that's right. Well, we're moving on to a topic that's close to my heart. Those of you who watch the show know I don't drink anymore, or you maybe not. Don't know. But I did like my beer. I did enjoy my beer, and I was bummed that by giving up drinking, essentially, because it's poison, I'm missing out on the beer. So I was.
You mean the flavor?
The flavor. Yeah, I like the hoppy.
Not just the woo-woo that alcohol is.
No. I like the flavor.
How
I like
flavor
the hoppy
tastes.
Flavor. I like it. Some people like the taste of beer.
I don't like the taste of beer. I can't imagine. But okay, go on.
I tell you. So I was like, so who's gonna make the non-alcoholic? Because you can't put THC in alcohol, at least not in California. So somebody's gonna come up with something, and lo and behold, they've done it. Vegan Metro, we're finding more and more reasons to come visit Las Vegas in the fall.
Hello, Max Vision.
Fall now.
Can you guys hear me?
Happening
Please
now.
let me know if you
With
can
Las
hear me.
Vegas'
Much love, everybody.
budding marijuana industry, a new product, the first of its kind, hit the shelves tonight.
News 3's Max Darrow is live at the Las Vegas Relief Dispensary with a look at the new marijuana-infused beer. Who would have thought of that, Max?
Who would have thought? So get this, it's a can of beer that is a canna beer. And what it is, it's this non-alcoholic cannabis-infused beer. And the man behind this says this will be a big step forward for the rest of the marijuana industry.
The marijuana market, planted in Las Vegas, is growing. In the first year of recreational sales, it generated nearly $70 million in tax revenue for the state.